Welcome back to another Freedom to Think.
Take two.
Take two. Welcome to Freedom to Think broadcast. I'm your host, Jeff, and this is my lovely wife, Keegan. Thank you so much for joining us. This is another for the Freethinker React series, and man, I am so excited for this one. I've been scheming, trying to come up with the best ideas to go with Keegan. So, from Blurple Dragon 2779, hi Keegan, hope you and the two little ones on board are doing well. Hi Jeff, play her The System. So, for those of you who do not know, Keegan is gloriously pregnant with our fourth and fifth child, who are fraternal twins. So, one boy, one girl, and oh my gosh, The System seems like the perfect idea.
To get into it, all I can tell y'all is that it's about to go down.
Not heard it, have you?
No.
No. Okay. So this is Tom MacDonald, The System. Now, admittedly, Keegan is not a fan of rap or really hip hop generally, but that has not stopped me from forcing some of these onto her just to get her thoughts. And sometimes she butt hurts the internet. I'm not going to lie.
Well, I like the breakdown of the song.
Yeah. So whether you like the song or not, the whole concept of breaking it down and talking it out is fun in its own way. Enjoy this kind of content. Please like, please subscribe, comment what you think, and comment what you want to see next. I might shout you out in that video. But let's get right into this. All right. This is going to change your life forever. You ready?
Yeah.
Welcome to the world, baby boy. I'll paint you red and white and blue. The indoctrination starts as soon as you come out the womb. Pretty quick, we'll make you stupid with curriculums at school. And if the classroom doesn't do the trick, we'll make you watch the news.
Watch the news.
So what do you think about that?
And that's pretty accurate. They tried, mostly in elementary school, but kids are very malleable for kind of whatever you tell them.
That is true. So
A lot easier to manipulate than adults.
That's correct. And so I like that. He's like, the indoctrination process starts as soon as you come out of the womb. It's not always bad, but it is kind of the reality. I saw Russell Brand is getting in trouble for something, for a lot of things. But one of the things he said recently was that
it says in the Old Testament, worship no other gods than me. The implication I offer is that we are a species that worships. And if you do not access the divine, you will worship the mundial. You will worship the profane. You will worship your own identity. You will worship your belongings. You will worship the template laid before you by a culture that wants you, but gets you distracted and relatively dumb.
So if you don't have like a higher power religion type thing to worship, you will worship celebrities or government or just other kinds of ideas. But you're not going to just not be indoctrinated.
Yeah, you have to have something that you're looking up to.
Right.
Yeah.
So I just think that's an interesting concept.
Quick, we'll make you stupid with curriculums at school. And if the classroom doesn't do the trick, we'll make you watch the news. Pick your team, right or left, take the red pill or the blue. You can vote, but even if you win, still everyone will lose. Don't forget to buy designer because Gucci makes you cool. We prioritize material belongings over truth. Get a job that you can't stand so you can buy some cans of food. Go overseas and die for freedom. There's some oil we could use. Our democracy.
Let you run the show on this one.
Okay.
Because I'm seeing you're reacting and I'm pausing. I want to know what your thoughts are.
Well, I mean, I think it's just kind of like people are just kind of put through the system and they don't necessarily know why. But it's just like, this is the process. This is what you do next. This is what you do next. And what's your end goal for you personally versus contributing to the whole system?
Ooh, I like that.
Like, you're kind of using people as like worker ants. So, like, you're kind of going for the good of the colony, but how is it benefiting the people individually?
Yeah, no, that's a good point. Because they're just shuffling people and pushing people through the system.
Right.
And then at some point you kind of become self-aware that you're like, hey, I don't really feel necessarily like the other ants all going, one direction.
Yeah, well, and also some of the stuff is kind of pointless, like the whole oil thing and all that. It's just kind of fighting politicians' battles for them, and it's like not really necessary.
Yeah. I remember when I was a summer camp counselor for the YMCA, and like the lead counselor there, it was up in New York, he was saying how we're over in Iraq because freedom ain't free. Like just the right wing at the time talking point. And you're just like, what? Like I don't really know. I'm not feeling that. And then it comes to find out like the things they were saying we were supposed to be looking for were all kind of based on lies and deception. And like you said, it's like the politicians' wars. And so that's just, it's just great. The observation, like you were saying,
Also, like, it looks like he has zombie eyes, so I think it's just kind of like you're, like, dead in the system. You're just kind of moving through the system.
Oh, okay. Nice. That's pretty cool. The eye contacts, the full eye contacts are pretty creepy.
Yeah, they are a little creepy, but I think that's kind of the point.
You can't stand, so you can buy some cans of food, go overseas and die for freedom. There's some oil we can use. Our democracy exists so that you think that you can choose, but our algorithms make you do what we want you to do.
Oh, yeah, that's true. The false freedom.
It's just like, oh yeah, hold on, pause it.
Yeah, that was a good line. That was a good line.
That's, because he was saying you could pick your team right or left, take the red pill or the blue. And it says,
but ultimately, it's not really going to matter that much.
It's like whatever you vote for, you lose anyway.
That was good.
Exists so that you think that you can choose, but our algorithms make you do what we want you to do. What's the problem? You're depressed. Society has you confused. We got medication for you that you'll probably abuse. Go get married to a lady who also don't have a clue, and pump out a few babies that are just the same as you.
Okay.
Yep, back to the medication thing again.
Keegan is smiling and laughing a lot in this one. Hang on, guys.
I mean, it's pretty relevant. We
Yeah.
have, already born kids.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Yep. And
two incoming kids.
Two incoming.
So this is very relevant.
Yeah. But yeah, you saw that. He was like, oh, you're not feeling right? Here's some medication that you can abuse.
Oh, yeah. Because they already know that.
Right. We did a video the other day on High Ren, and Keegan was kind of getting into some of the pharma issues, scandals, scams, all of that. And there were some people that were not very happy about that.
I think basically the condensed version was, yes, there are problems, mental health, all that stuff that medications can help. But it's a little unbelievable that, number one, that's the only thing that would supposedly fix it, but it doesn't really even fix it. It's just like kind of a Band-Aid on it.
Right.
So, like, number one, what's the actual problem with all that? What's causing it? And number two, what's the real solution, not the Band-Aid for it?
Right. Because they're treating forever instead of curing stuff. And that's what you were complaining about.
Yeah.
And then some people thought, I don't know what they thought, but they were pretty butthurt about Keegan's opinion. That's a standard thing. Keegan doesn't have a
That's fine.
standard
That's
opinion.
fine.
She's like, oh, you don't like me? Well, your anguish sustains me.
Your booze wash over me. And I cleanse myself with them.
It's not going to change my opinion.
No.
I'm not going to lie to appease people.
Yeah. Sorry, Internet. You got a real one here.
A lady who also don't have a clue, and pump out a few babies that are just the same as you. Welcome to the system, everyone's a victim. Doesn't matter if you're black or white, it hates you all. Here inside the system, violence is a symptom. Fighting for what's right, but somehow everyone is wrong. Welcome to the system, everyone's a victim. Doesn't matter if you're black or white, it hates you all. Here inside the system, violence is a symptom. Fighting for what's right, but somehow everyone is wrong.
What do you think of the chorus?
It's pretty good. Actually, what I was thinking about was the first line after that. Just listened to that was about a few babies and have them just like you. So it's kind of just basically duplicating yourself, like, because what people consider the normal, let's say idealistic, but just like the normal, typical family that you would think of as, husband, wife, and then boy and girl. and then you raise them up in the system exactly how created it wants it to go, and basically the constant supply of little worker bees, but
Right.
to be manipulated, just kind of repeat the process of
Who are obedient
yeah.
to whatever the rules of the system are, no matter what the rules are, but they just want that duplicated. It's like,
That's that's the idealistic thing they want
Yeah.
repeated.
So it's like you're just like you follow the motion of the ocean and the waves and kind of follow the herd and the sheep, and you follow the rules. You don't buck up against anything, and then you have a couple kids and you teach them to be exactly the same way.
Yeah.
And the people who design the higher level of the system that are pushing all these sheep through, they are giddy as can be that the next generation is being groomed to be just like them.
Mhm.
Yeah. Haven't met our children.
The ones that just won't question anything, that'll just kind of do whatever they're told, whatever's easiest with no pushback.
Yeah.
It's a symptom, fighting for what's right, but somehow everyone is wrong. Welcome to the world, baby girl. I'll paint you pink if that's okay. We'll encourage self-destruction through the music that you play. We divided all the men by trying politics and race, and honestly, it's working awesome. So for you, we'll do the same. Never teaching you to love yourself, inject you full of hate, objectify your sexuality, then blame you for the rape and weaponize the different.
I'm not a fan of that. The sexuality that goes into all the media and all that for females, I'm not a fan.
Yeah.
For something other than just your looks, and then females just, not all females, but in that kind of media model, whatever,
Influencer.
it just kind of plays into that, and it's just like, I think females are capable of more than just being half naked on the screen. So
Yeah. It's frustrating for a lot of reasons. For one, it's just generally not healthy. And then
that's true too. They're not happy either.
No,
Like
it
they're
doesn't
doing all
make
that,
them
and
any
it's
happier. But it's just there's an inverse relationship between your actual benefit and then the societal and fiscal reward for behaving that way. Because on the internet, I mean, I've talked about this before. If I was a super hot chick and then I put out what I put out, the way I put it out, the production value, the editing and all that, and then I was a looker, my channel would be massive by now because I see objectively attractive females who just put themselves out there half naked.
I think it's like selling part of your dignity though to get that, because yeah, it does work, but
It's true.
it's kind of like panhandling. It works great, but you're gonna sell any self-respect that you have. So
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's like a hobo with an empty hat in front of him, just wearing less clothes.
the lyrics of music and all that stuff, yeah, I totally agree. It's just not really what you want kids growing up believing.
That's going to hurt some feelings. Okay.
You could cut that out if you want. I mean,
Oh, no, we can't.
it's not all music, but I'm just saying, like, the super...
Oh, no, I was talking about the, female influencers or, hobos. It's, basically the same thing as a homeless person.
Okay, no,
Panhandling.
you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, I
though.
know
Not
what you- no, I know
I'm not
exactly
talking about
what you're
females
talking
in
about.
general. I'm talking about, the ones that are specifically going for that type of attention.
I totally get it. Totally get it. Hobos. Next. All right. That's
By trying politics and race, and honestly, it's working awesome. So for you, we'll do the same. Never teaching you to love yourself, inject you full of hate, objectify your sexuality, then blame you for the rape, and weaponize the differences that make our men and women great. Then just to screw with you, erase the genders. Everyone's the same. We'll empower you with rights to vote and fight for equal pay. Then have the men turn into women, and you'll fight for them again. But you thought you had it figured out, but everything has changed. Welcome to the system. Please enjoy your stay. Here's a Bible and a bottle of the cheapest booze we make. Find a man who can take care of you to fill the holes we made. Buy a house and settle down, fulfill your duty, procreate, and make a couple babies who will also do the same. Welcome to the system.
Yeah, just kind of repeating what he said earlier.
right. But for the females, he had to hit the female perspective on there. Mom's a feminist. Probably a bit of the old school feminists, the ones that are like, hey, you know what? Maybe they should be allowed to vote, like that kind. Not the trans dudes, trans women should dominate every single sport type of feminist, It's kind of
It's
different.
just comical to me.
It's something, man.
Well, just that it could even be considered serious. It's just comical to me.
Yeah.
Like, you can't take that seriously.
It's really hard. But you know who can take it seriously? All the second place females.
Oh, yeah.
Because, like, I mean, I agree with you that, like, we shouldn't even have to talk about this, but then you have these females who dedicated from, like, the age 3 until college, and then they're getting beat by absolutely mediocre men turned women in the sport.
It's just the losers of the male category that can't compete with actual males. They're like, oh, yeah.
They're in the...
Let me go bully the females.
Right. So they're in the bottom 1% of the male athletes, and then they're like heads and tails above the top 1% of female athletes. And it's a biological, obnoxious, it's just an attack on women. And I get upset about it personally because of Kenzie.
Oh, yeah.
Like, our daughter has been excited about track and field since she found out it was a thing. And she...
Fast as you can. You got it. Oh, you're going to be fast.
She's in like a mileage club where she goes before school and runs in the mornings, and several times a day she's like going running, and she just goes outside and does laps.
Because she's got the runner's build too.
Yeah, she's super tall, super lean, and she just runs all the time. She loves it. And it just breaks my heart because if we don't fix this situation that we're in, some mediocre asshole boy is going to smoke her, and no matter how much she trains. And that's like, it's just not okay. It's just absolutely not okay to me. Okay. Like, I played a lot of sports for like football, basketball, baseball, soccer, and wrestling. So I'm Mexican. I have an ungodly number of relatives, siblings, cousins, whatever. Like, you can't say that they can compete directly. And so I'm glad that Tom spoke up for it.
Fulfill your duty, procreate, and make a couple babies who will also do the same. Welcome to the system, everyone's a victim. Doesn't matter if you're black or white, it hates you all. Here inside the system, violence is a symptom. Fighting for what's right, but somehow everyone is wrong. Welcome to the system, everyone's a victim. Doesn't matter if you're black or white, it hates you all. Here inside the system, violence is a symptom. Fighting for what's right, but somehow everyone is wrong. Welcome to the world, everybody. I'ma paint you black and white. I'ma make you hate each other so that everyone will fight. I'ma give you our religion, let the righteous find the light, but I will also give you science to oppose the word of Christ.
I think part of the chorus, too, the meaning of the chorus is this, that he's saying that basically everyone's a victim, everyone's going to be fighting against each other and all that. And I think that's just part of the distraction of the real problem, like the higher-ups on all that stuff. And also, that's kind of how people have powers together. So you just get everybody at each other's throats for no good reason, really. And then it kind of distracts you from the actual problem. Problem's not really the people around you, it's the higher-ups, you know, and like the people that are actually running the system and all that. So, but it's kind of just more like a distraction. Just like, oh, you should just hate your neighbor just because. No good reason, just we're going to make some crap up, racism, whatever.
Reminds me a lot of the Roman Empire. You know, that's going around, the whole, like, your husband think about the Roman Empire thing. And I think about the Roman Empire all the time, just because
because you're a history nerd.
Because I'm like a history nerd, and the whole idea that they gave everyone bread and circus so they would never revolt. They had like the gladiators and the sports games and all that. So all these people who were like dead, broke, and poor, they gave them teams to cheer for and cheer against, and just lots of distractions, which you see today, both in everything. So there's like the racism thing, the sexism thing, the genders thing, the sexuality thing, and then the teams thing with people being hyper obsessed with sports and just like distracted by the people running the system. Way you never see that they own us and that like they're stealing from us and all of these things. They're destroying our freedom and our rights and all that. Instead, you're like, hey, who's playing whatever tech this weekend? And, oh, did you see that fumble? And there was a bad call. And it's just like, who cares, really?
Right. And I think that's kind of it's not beneficial, but it's kind of the eye-opening part is when it gets so extreme. Like now, you can't really ignore it anymore, you know, because it affects normal people. Like, you can't find a house that's affordable. You can't afford groceries. You can't, gas is going up, all that stuff. Like, when it affects your normal life, then you're no longer able to ignore it. The trends and all that.
Yeah.
So it's actually kind of dumb, in my opinion, to push it so quick for them, because like that draws attention to it, which seems like the opposite of what they would want.
Right.
The slow frog boil.
Yes.
Instead of doing it quicker.
Which basically translates to Obama's 8 years. Everyone listened to that man give speeches, and they thought, as he said, oh, well, things will never get better than they are now. And it's like, turned it around immediately. The economy stuff.
It's all intentional.
But he did it slowly and methodically.
Right.
And following the pattern of like the globalist agenda. And so those people, they thought that was just as good as it could be. And they just went along, like you said, with watching their sports and just being distracted by everything and not caring that the whole Middle East was getting bombed. Like, screw those people, right? That's kind of what the feeling was from all the liberals.
They're very effective.
Yeah, they're very effective at distracting everybody.
Destruction.
But they're not distracting anyone from Biden.
There once was a ship that put to sea. The name of the ship was the Billy O.T. The winds blew hard, her bow dipped down. Below me, bully boys blow.
Has allocated to invest.
She'd not been 2 weeks from shore when down on her.
How about you? But I'm going to go to bed.
Oh, yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. You can't.
Yeah.
Like, how do you distract from that?
No, it's too bad. It's so
the
bad.
stairs video, like, every week, there's a new stairs video.
There's
tripping somewhere.
Yeah, he's tripping upstairs, downstairs, by the stairs. It's like, so, they got him on the baby stairs now, and he's still tripping. They have him go into cargo in the back of the plane for the baby steps. He still can't do it. Oh, man.
I'm gonna give you all religion, let the righteous find the light, but I will also give you science to oppose the word of Christ. And I'm gonna give you borders, they're imaginary lines. If you cross them, go to war and win when everybody dies. And I'm gonna give you money that you'll value more than life, and let the 1% have everything while you fight to survive. And then I'll give you politics, I'll call it left and right. And while you divide yourselves, I will conquer both the sides. Can't you see? I'm the system, my whole purpose is divide. What you choose will never matter because everything is mine.
That's true. That's true. I'll distract you from everything else. Y'all fight each other right and left, and then I'll just sit up here at the top, all cozy. The 1%. So it's just taking all, basically, y'all are like the little workers for me and funnel all the stuff up to the top. The border thing, which just reminded me of like just endless wars and all that they use for all kinds of money laundering and whatever.
This is a good video. You're crushing it, sweetie.
Whole purpose is divide. What you choose will never matter because everything is mine. Welcome to the system, everyone's a victim. Doesn't matter if you're black or white, it hates you all. Here inside the system, violence is a symptom. Fighting for what's right, but somehow everyone is wrong. Welcome to the system, everyone's a victim. Doesn't matter if you're black or white, it hates you all. Here inside the system, violence is a symptom. Fighting for what's right, but somehow everyone is wrong. Welcome to the system, everyone's a victim. Doesn't matter if you're black or white, it hates you all. Here inside the system, violence is a symptom. Fighting for what's right, but somehow everyone is wrong.
Okay.
So that was a pretty good one. That was pretty good.
I know you thought it was a good one. I know.
How did you know?
I knew it.
How did you know?
I knew it. I mean, you were interrupting it. You were like, oh.
I had good lyrics. That was a good.
Yeah, you liked it. Okay. Obviously, the relevance. Would you mind sharing with the class your stomach?
I mean, like me stand. You want me to stand up?
Yeah, if you can stand up.
I can't mess with the microphone though.
That's okay.
Small space. A black shirt. I don't know if you could see it. Against the yellow.
Against the yellow.
See it against the yellow.
I think it's pretty good.
Or this way. I don't know if you could see it better this way. It's kind of.
I got it. All right, guys. Now you can see
now
Keegan's
it's like
stomach.
shadowed.
Yeah, I mean, you got lights. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
Oh, there you go. That's it right there. Anyways, Keegan is legit she's bona fide. So she's just about 20 weeks with the fraternal twins. So we got one boy, one girl. And I thought the system from Tom MacDonald having both points of view on the baby boy and the baby girl coming into the world would be like super hyper relevant to you.
Yeah, that was good.
So that is one of my favorites on the chorus and stuff. I like the style of rapping because I'm not a huge, massive mega rap fan myself. So it's very clear and easy to understand. And then I like the beat and the melody and the chorus of that one.
That's true, too. Some of the time, rap it goes too quick and they talk too fast to really...
Yeah. It's hard to, like, you can react to, oh, wow, that was intense. But it's, like, hard to go
but to,
line
like,
by
remember,
line.
to remember the individual lines.
Whereas with that one, it was very intentional, easy to follow, and damn, the message was strong. I mean, just coming out in force against the system.
Mm-hmm.
So I enjoyed it greatly. What would you say on the scale of all the different songs that you've watched? What's your rating there?
That was pretty good. That was probably... I like the Your America a good bit, too. That was good. The beat of that was pretty good, too, though, the system.
Okay. Well, you don't have
It's one or two. It's between that and Your America, I think, because I like those both a good bit.
Well, I feel like every other song I do with Armando becomes his favorite. So there's a lot of those.
They've definitely not all been my favorite.
Right. Yeah, I know.
The hip hop was not my favorite. I hate hip hop was not my favorite. I don't remember what we did now.
We did I Hate Hip Hop. We did Naked.
Oh yeah, that one was funny though.
And then we did Your America. I think that was all.
I think we did a couple more. Obviously Ghost.
Oh yeah, we did Ghost initially, which was how we announced the pregnancy. So if you have not watched the Ghost reaction, I would encourage you to watch it all the way through.
You can watch Jeff's true reaction.
Yeah, that's my most visceral reaction of all time. Was from our Ghost video, the very end, when Keegan pranked me by getting the pregnancy announcement in a video. So
with the twins part.
With the twins part at the very end, yeah, that was not expected. That was not expected at all. So good job. But this was great. I'm so excited to get Keegan dragged even further down this rabbit hole of crazy, awesome music. Make sure you guys buy the song. I leave the links in the description below. If you enjoyed this, please like, please subscribe, and comment what you think and what you want to see next. But we'll be back hopefully again soon. I can get her. This one, I feel like I have a better launching pad to be like, hey, you remember that awesome, fun song that you listened to me and we broke down and had a great time? Let's do that again. What do you think? Promises. I'm not asking for a promise, but
if I commit, he'll give me a full schedule.
Yeah. It'd be very organized. I'll be like, at this time we can have a snack. At this time we can have a pee break, And she's like, come on, man.
Like work till 1 a.m.
It's like, it's just 1 a.m. Push. Come on. You got this. Yeah. No, that'll be good.
No, that was good though. That was good. Good breakdown.
Yeah. That was like the most animated you'll probably ever see Keegan in your life. So she was very big, shocked, excited about the song as it went. So I'm excited to edit it.
Good relevance.
Yeah, very relevant. Very relevant. So make sure, if you haven't yet, watch my video on the system that I did with Armando. And if you want to laugh, you could watch this video on the system I did when it first came out by myself before I even did anything, It's like one of my first videos. It's horrible. Super horrible. But you can look at it if you want to make fun of me.
Just watch that one first, right? So you can see the progression, so you're not going backwards.
No, definitely go backwards. I don't want them to see that first and unsubscribe. They'll be like, yeah, maybe we put too much stock in this guy.
That's true.
Yeah. So that one you can watch when you don't need to watch the whole thing and you have a few minutes just to make fun of me, basically. All right. But that was it. Good job. Shh. If you enjoyed this content, please like, don't forget to subscribe. Join me Monday, Wednesday, and Friday in the FTT Thoughtcast. And if you want even more content, channel members get access to hundreds of hours of live streams, unedited, uncut, and with no ads running. Check the Freethinker React series for endless entertainment. Keep those notifications on, and I'll catch you live.